So I finally got around to starting my reread of Warriors. It's been about 10 years since I first read Into the Wild, and there's some shit I forgot, but it's mostly weird first entry inconsistent things. For example, at one point Firepaw is punished for not bringing any prey back when he and Greypaw had caught an obscene amount of prey before this. So did Greypaw just claim all of the caught prey for himself? I don't get it. Well, he's technically not punished for not bringing back any prey, but it's weird. It's where he meets Yellowfang and he feeds Yellowfang, and part of it is he hunted for someone else for the clan, but he hunted for the clan. Or that he ate before he fed the clan, but he fed the clan. He and Greypaw had collected an obscene amount of fresh kill. As I was reading, I'm like, this cannot lead into that. It led into that. So there's that. There is a random queen that doesn't exist anywhere else in the story except for one scene when Firepaw's being shown around camp. And of course, a most notable mistake in this book is Rosetail is not listed in the allegiances despite being a character and dying in the battle on ShadowClan's raid of the camp. I remembered that one. That was the one inconsistency that I actually remembered. Other than that, it's a really solid book, solid entry to the series. It does a good job at world building, setting up how this world works, introducing us to the characters. It's really, really good at that. It's not overly complicated. It's not confusing. It does a really good job of laying that groundwork. We know what the clans are. We know how they live, why there's conflict. We know how the society works, why there's how the society is set up. We are introduced to StarClan, to the half moon meeting, not half moon meeting, the full moon gatherings, the basic concept of medicine cats. All of this is set up really nicely in this book, and it's understandable. Like, there's no confusion at all. There can't be. I really like how this book sets everything up, even if later in the series some things sort of go the way of the dodo and just don't exist. What I find really interesting is it made it very clear that the apprentice journey to the Moonstone in this book, it's set up in the first book, and we never see it again. Except, I think, outside of Tall Star's Revenge. I think it exists in Tall Star's Revenge. I don't think we see another instance of apprentices needing to go to the Moonstone after this, which I find interesting. I remember it being in this book, and I think I remember it being in Tall Star's Revenge. I may eat those words later on when I reread Tall Star's Revenge. It's in another Super Edition. I'm almost certain it exists in another Super Edition. I think it might have been referenced in a later book at some point, like, oh, how apprentices used to go to the Moonstone. I think it might have been. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that does when it comes up. So, the scene I decided to draw is the scene where Firepaw and Greypaw are saying goodbye to Ravenpaw as they help him flee ThunderClan territory. I did not draw Greypaw. I did draw a really sad Firepaw and Ravenpaw. Yeah. Why didn't I draw Greypaw? I'm just realizing it would have been so... I could have just put Greypaw in the background. I don't know what was going through my mind when I drew this one at all. But yeah, so I'm going to be reading in Fire and Ice next, and I think I'll go do Fire and Ice, Forest of Secrets. It goes Forest of Secrets, right? Rising Storm. All right, then I'll take a break between Rising Storm and between Forest of Secrets and Rising Storm and read Tiger Claw's Fury. And then read Rising Storm the rest of the series. I just want to do it that way. I just need a thing to break up the original series, just to give me a bit of a breather, and novellas are really short, and I can knock them out in about a day, if that, maybe 2 hours. I just need that sort of easy break for a bit. So that's my plan so far. And once I get to the Darkest Hour, Then I'll decide if I want to backtrack and read some of the prequels like Blue Star's Prophecy, Telstar's Revenge, Yellowfang's Secret. I'm looking at my bookshelf as I'm talking so I know which ones I actually fucking have. Or if I just want to go straight to the New Prophecy, because the books I have are all of the into New Prophecy again, all of the New Prophecy, 3 books, the first 3 books of Power 3. I have The Forgotten Warrior, I have The Sun Trail, I have The Apprentice's Quest, I have Thunder and Shadow, and then I'm missing Shattered Sky, then I have all the rest of A Vision of Shadows. I have the first book in The Broken Code, Lost Stars, and as far as the main series go, that's all I've got, so I'll either have to get a new library card since I've moved and no longer have access to the library I used to go to, and hope they have Warriors books, or I'll have to actually purchase the ones I'm missing. So this is going to be both a reread and me reading books I've never read before. This is going to be fun.